Welcome to the Senior Health video. This video will talk about 12 early heart failure clues doctors say never ignore. Have you ever felt a little short of breath during simple moments like climbing a few steps or carrying groceries and wondered if your body was trying to tell you something? Many people brush off these changes as age or stress, yet these small whispers can be the earliest signs of something far more serious. As you move through your day, your heart works quietly and faithfully, but when it begins to struggle, the first signals are often subtle and easy to ignore. That is why so many adults in the United States miss the warning signs until the condition becomes dangerous. Heart failure is not sudden for most people. It builds slowly. It rises quietly. Then one day it becomes a crisis. You deserve to know the truth because the numbers are alarming. More than 6.2 million adults in America are living with heart failure, and the rates continue to climb every year. Many never realize they are at risk until they face a medical emergency. The body rarely shouts for help. Instead, it sends gentle signals that feel harmless at first. A little swelling in your feet, a cough that lingers, a night when you cannot lie flat without discomfort. These moments feel small, yet they can be the first steps toward a life-threatening condition. Missing these early signs can cost precious time. But here is the hopeful part. When you recognize the early symptoms of heart failure, you can act quickly and protect your future. The goal of this video is not to scare you, it is to empower you. You will discover the 12 early signs that often go unnoticed, yet carry enormous meaning for your heart health. Each one is explained clearly so you can understand what your body's doing and what you should never ignore. So stay with this message because what you learn today can help you catch danger early, protect your life, and support the people you love. Number 1, shortness of breath on exertion. When the opening signs of heart trouble begin to surface, they often show up in the moments you least expect. And shortness of breath during simple activity is one of the earliest and most important signals your body sends. You might notice this when you climb a few steps or walk across a parking lot and suddenly feel like you cannot draw a full breath. It feels harmless at first, yet this change happens because your left ventricle is not pumping blood efficiently, causing fluid to shift into your lung tissue and making every breath feel heavier than it should. This is not just a fitness issue. It is a physiological red flag strongly linked to early-stage heart failure. Studies show that nearly 85% of patients report this symptom at diagnosis, which means it appears long before a major event happens. Many Americans mistake it for aging or being out of shape, which delays care and increases risk. When your heart cannot meet your oxygen demands, your muscles work harder, your lungs strain, and your energy drops faster than normal. A simple moment of breathlessness can be the beginning of something far more serious. If you find yourself stopping to catch your breath during activities you once handled easily, your body is asking for attention. But only knowing this is not enough because there is another danger that appears when you lie down, and it is even more alarming. Number 2, orthopnea. As you learn from the first warning sign, trouble breathing during simple movement is often the body's first quiet alarm. Yet when this difficulty follows you into the night, it becomes an even clearer signal that your heart is struggling. Orthopnea happens when you lie flat and suddenly feel pressure in your chest or a tightness that makes it hard to take a full breath. You might try shifting positions or adding pillows only to find that you breathe easier when you sit upright. This small change reveals something much deeper inside your circulation. When you lie down, the blood in your legs and abdomen moves upward and your weakened heart cannot manage the sudden increase in volume. Fluid begins collecting in your lungs, which makes every breath feel heavier and every minute lying flat feel uncomfortable. Many Americans misunderstand this and blame it on a cold or sleeping posture, only to delay care that could protect their future. Research shows that about 65% of patients with moderate to severe heart failure experience this exact symptom, which makes it one of the most reliable signs that your condition is progressing. If you have ever woken up feeling like you need more air or felt relief only when you sit up, your body is asking you to pay attention. Recognizing this early may help you act before the problem becomes severe. But knowing this alone is not enough because there is another sign that appears during the day, and it creates a visible change you cannot ignore. Number 3, peripheral edema. As the difficulty with nighttime breathing grows clearer, another sign begins to appear in your daily routine, And this one is visible every time you look down. Peripheral edema shows up as swelling in your feet, ankles, and lower legs, and it is one of the most common early markers of heart failure. You may notice your socks leaving deeper marks or your shoes feeling tighter by the end of the day. At first it seems harmless, yet this swelling often reflects a deeper problem in your circulation. When your heart cannot pump blood forward efficiently, pressure begins to build in your veins. This pressure forces fluid out of your blood vessels and into the surrounding tissues, which makes your lower legs swell and feel heavier. Many Americans dismiss this as standing too long or eating too much salt, but the pattern tells the real story. Studies show that about 75% of heart failure patients develop swelling that worsens as their condition progresses, which means this change is rarely random or accidental. You can check it yourself by gently pressing your finger against your ankle. If the indentation stays for several seconds before fading, your body is holding more fluid than it should. Catching this early may help your healthcare provider adjust treatment and prevent serious complications. But only recognizing the swelling is not enough, because another symptom targets your lungs in a very different way, and it carries a warning you cannot afford to overlook. Number 4, persistent cough or wheezing. As swelling becomes harder to ignore, another warning sign begins to speak through your breathing, and it often appears long before people realize its connection to the heart. A persistent dry cough that refuses to go away, or wheezing that gets worse when you lie down, can be a powerful early signal of heart failure. You may notice a tickle in your throat at night, or a cough that lingers even after cold medicine and allergy treatments fail to help. This is because the issue is not in your throat, it is in your lungs. When your heart weakens, fluid begins to back up into your lung tissue. This fluid irritates the airways and triggers a cough that feels constant and exhausting. Some people even produce light pink frothy sputum, which reflects fluid mixed with tiny amounts of blood. Research shows that about 70% of heart failure patients experience this kind of respiratory irritation, which makes it one of the most overlooked symptoms in early stages. Many Americans mistake it for asthma or seasonal allergies and lose valuable time before getting checked. If you notice your cough gets worse when lying flat or improves only when you sit upright, your body is showing you a pattern that matters. Addressing this symptom early may prevent the fluid buildup from becoming severe and protect your breathing. But understanding this sign alone is still not enough, because there is another symptom that drains your energy quietly, and it often appears before you even recognize what is happening. Number 5, fatigue and weakness. As breathing changes become more noticeable, another warning sign begins to shape your day from the moment you wake up, and it is one many Americans ignore because it feels so ordinary. Fatigue and weakness that linger no matter how much you rest can be one of the earliest and most powerful indicators of heart failure. You may feel drained when getting out of bed, or notice that simple tasks like carrying groceries or walking through a store leave you unusually tired. This happens because your heart is no longer delivering enough oxygen-rich blood to your muscles and organs. When your circulation slows, your body shifts into energy-saving mode. Your muscles receive less oxygen, your brain works harder, and your entire system begins to feel heavy and sluggish. This is not regular tiredness. It is a deep exhaustion that builds quietly over weeks or months. Studies show that about 90% of heart failure patients report this kind of persistent fatigue in early stages, which makes it one of the most important signs to recognize. Many people blame age, stress, or lack of sleep, and never realize the heart is the source. If you notice your energy fading faster during the day, or feel like your body is running on empty even after resting, this is a message you cannot ignore. Addressing this symptom early may help you protect your strength and prevent your condition from worsening. But only knowing this is still not enough, because there is another nighttime symptom that can wake you with fear, and it signals even deeper trouble ahead. Number 6, paroxysmal nocturnal dyspnea. While daytime fatigue drains your strength, a far more alarming warning sign can strike in the quiet hours of the night. Paroxysmal nocturnal dyspnea occurs when you suddenly wake up gasping for air 1 to 3 hours after falling asleep, and it is one of the clearest signs that your heart is struggling to manage fluid and circulation. You may bolt upright in bed feeling a tight pressure in your chest or a sense that you cannot draw in enough air. This frightening moment is not a dream. It is your lungs filling with fluid as your weakened heart fails to keep up. When you lie down, fluid from your legs and abdomen naturally redistributes. Your lungs receive more blood than your heart can handle, which leads to sudden congestion and a desperate need for air. Many people describe it as drowning from the inside. Studies from major medical centers show that this symptom appears in advanced stages of heart failure and is considered a medical red flag. Despite this, many Americans confuse it with sleep apnea or stress and do not seek help quickly enough. If you ever wake up gasping and feel relief only when you sit or stand, your body is giving you a message that cannot be ignored. Recognizing this symptom early may help you prevent emergency situations and protect your breathing. But even this is not the full picture, because there is another visible sign your doctor looks for, and it reveals how much pressure your heart is under. Number 7, jugular venous distension. After experiencing sudden nighttime breathlessness, there is another sign your body may reveal in the mirror, and it tells doctors a great deal about how hard your heart is working. Jugular venous distension appears when the veins in your neck become visibly enlarged, especially when you are sitting at a 45-degree angle, and it is one of the most important physical clues of rising pressure inside your chest. You might notice the veins looking fuller or pulsing more strongly than usual, and many people do not realize this has nothing to do with the neck itself. It reflects what is happening deep inside your circulation. When your right ventricle struggles to move blood forward, pressure begins to back up through the large veins that return blood to your heart. This backup causes the jugular veins to swell, which creates a clear visible signal that your cardiovascular system is overloaded. Medical research shows that this sign carries high accuracy in identifying moderate to severe heart failure, which is why doctors check it carefully during every examination. Many Americans overlook it because it is not painful, yet its presence reveals real strain on your heart. You can sometimes notice it in everyday situations, such as reclining on a couch or resting in bed with your head slightly elevated. If your neck veins look unusually enlarged or rise prominently with each heartbeat, it is a sign that your heart is facing more pressure than it can manage. But simply recognizing this visible warning is still not enough, because the next sign lives inside your lungs and it reveals an even more urgent message about your health. Number 8, pulmonary crackles. As pressure builds inside your veins, your neck may reveal the strain, but the next warning sign comes from even deeper inside your body, and doctors listen for it very carefully. Pulmonary crackles are soft, crackling, or bubbling sounds heard through a stethoscope when you breathe in, and they are one of the clearest signs that fluid is beginning to collect in your lungs. You may not hear these sounds yourself yet. You might feel the effects through heavier breathing, tightness in your chest, or a sense that your lungs cannot fully expand. These changes reflect a growing problem that should never be ignored. When your left ventricle weakens, blood backs up into the lungs. This forces fluid into the tiny air sacs that normally stay dry and clean, creating the crackling sound as the air is pushed through the moisture. Medical studies show that these sounds often begin at the bottom of the lungs and move upward as the condition worsens, which makes them a powerful indicator of how advanced the congestion has become. Many Americans confuse this with bronchitis or allergies and delay getting checked, which increases the risk of emergency complications. If your doctor mentions hearing crackles, it means fluid is already interfering with your breathing and action is needed. Understanding this symptom early may help you prevent severe lung congestion and protect your ability to breathe comfortably. But paying attention to lung sounds is only part of the story, because the next sign hides in the rhythm of your heartbeat itself, and it reveals something even more important. Number 9, third heart sound, S3 Gallop. As fluid in your lungs becomes more noticeable, your heartbeat itself may begin to reveal the next warning sign, and it is one that doctors listen for with great attention. The third heart sound, also known as the S3 Gallop, is an extra low-pitched vibration that appears right after the normal lub-dub rhythm, and it is one of the earliest and most sensitive markers of heart failure. You will not hear it without a stethoscope, yet its presence tells an important story about the pressure and volume inside your heart. This added sound is created when blood rushes into a ventricle that is already weakened or overfilled. When your heart muscle loses strength, it struggles to handle the incoming blood. This sudden rush creates a subtle thud that blends into the heartbeat, forming a pattern doctors describe as a gallop. Medical research shows that this sound often appears before swelling or severe shortness of breath, which makes it a powerful early indicator of trouble. Many Americans never know they have an S3 Gallop until a routine checkup reveals it, and by then other symptoms may have already begun to develop. Understanding this sign helps you appreciate how early your heart may be signaling distress. If your provider tells you an S3 Gallop is present, it means your heart needs support and early attention may improve your long-term outlook. But even this detailed clue does not complete the picture because the next sign appears in a way you can measure every morning, and it reveals an even clearer warning. Number 10. Rapid weight gain. As changes in your heartbeat offer an early internal warning, the next sign is something you can see for yourself every single day, and it is one of the most reliable indicators that your heart is holding on to too much fluid. Rapid weight gain over just a few days, often 3 to 5 pounds or more, is a powerful early sign of worsening heart failure. You may step on the scale one morning and notice an unexpected jump, even though your eating habits have not changed. This is not fat gain. It is fluid building up inside your body because your heart can no longer pump efficiently. When the heart weakens, your kidneys respond by holding on to sodium and water in an effort to increase circulation. This fluid quickly accumulates in your tissues and bloodstream, which causes a fast rise in weight and a heavier feeling in your legs, feet, and abdomen. Medical guidelines in the United States recommend daily weight checks for anyone at risk because each pound represents nearly half a liter of retained fluid. Research shows that this pattern is often the earliest measurable clue that your condition is shifting from stable to dangerous. If you notice a sudden gain of 2 to 3 pounds in a single day or 5 pounds within a week, you should take this seriously. Recognizing this change early can help you get care before fluid overload affects your breathing and overall health. But noticing rapid weight gain alone is still not enough because the next sign appears deeper in your abdomen and it reveals an even more serious stage of heart strain. Number 11, hepatomegaly, liver congestion. As sudden weight gain exposes hidden fluid buildup, another warning sign begins deeper in your abdomen and it reveals just how much pressure your heart is fighting against. Hepatomegaly, also known as liver congestion, occurs when blood begins to back up into your liver, making it enlarged, tender, and unusually firm. You may feel a dull ache or pressure under your right rib cage, especially when bending forward or taking a deep breath. Many Americans mistake this discomfort for digestive issues, yet the real cause is your heart struggling to manage circulation. When the right side of your heart weakens, it cannot move blood forward effectively. This creates a backup that pushes blood into your liver, which swells like a sponge filling with fluid and becoming increasingly painful. This change also interferes with digestion, making you feel full more quickly or lose your appetite without explanation. Research shows that liver congestion is a clear sign of advanced heart failure and often appears alongside other symptoms such as swelling in the legs and fluid in the abdomen. These combined signs show that your cardiovascular system is under serious strain. If you notice pressure or aching in the upper right abdomen that does not fade or becomes worse with deep breathing, you should not ignore it. Understanding this sign early may help you prevent further complications and protect your long-term health. But even this strong signal is not the last warning because the next symptom involves fluid moving into your abdominal cavity itself, and it marks a stage that demands immediate attention. Number 12, ascites abdominal fluid accumulation. As liver congestion creates discomfort beneath your ribs, the next warning sign expands this pressure into your entire abdomen, and it is one of the most serious indicators that your heart is overwhelmed. Ascites occurs when excess fluid leaks into your abdominal cavity, creating visible bloating, heaviness, and a persistent feeling of fullness. You may notice your stomach growing tighter even though you have not eaten more or gained body fat. This swelling does not behave like normal bloating. It continues to progress because the true cause comes from inside your circulatory system. When heart failure becomes severe, blood pressure inside your veins rises sharply. This pressure forces fluid out of your blood vessels and into the open space between your abdominal organs, where it collects and creates noticeable distension. Many Americans confuse this with water retention or digestive trouble. Yet ascites is a sign that fluid overload has reached a critical stage. Medical studies confirm that ascites often appears alongside swelling in the leg's liver enlargement, and increased shortness of breath, which means your body is carrying far more fluid than your heart can manage. You may feel tightness around your waistband, difficulty bending forward, or a heavy sensation that does not go away with rest. Recognizing this sign early may help you get urgent care before complications such as infection or severe breathing problems develop. But only knowing this final symptom is not enough, because understanding all 12 signs together is what gives you the power to act quickly, protect your health, and stay ahead of danger. When you step back and look at all 12 early signs, you can see how your body tries to speak to you long before a crisis begins. Shortness of breath, fatigue, swelling, nighttime breathing, trouble, coughing, weight gain, and abdominal pressure are not random changes. They are signals that your heart is working harder than it should, and these messages matter. Recognizing them early gives you the power to act, protect yourself, and stay ahead of danger. You do not need to wait for something severe to happen. You can start paying attention today and make meaningful choices that support your long-term health. Here is the hopeful truth. Early awareness saves lives. Many people in the United States catch these symptoms too late, but you do not have to be one of them. Small actions make a real difference. Listening to your body, checking your weight daily, noticing changes in your breathing, and speaking with a healthcare professional when something feels off are simple steps that can protect your future. You deserve clear information solutions that feel safe and guidance that helps you move forward with confidence. If you want more support, keep following this channel because upcoming videos will show you how to strengthen your heart. Naturally choose foods that reduce inflammation, improve circulation, and support healthy aging. You will also learn simple daily habits that can help protect your kidneys, your brain, and your overall wellness. These are practical science-based tools designed for older adults who want to stay strong and independent. Before you go, make sure you save this video so you can return to the signs whenever you need them. And if you found this helpful, subscribe to the channel and tap the notification bell to receive the newest health tips, nutrition updates, and senior care guidance. Your health matters deeply, and staying informed is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself and the people you love.